May 2009. Old Trafford roars with celebration. Manchester United have just secured their third consecutive Premier League title. Players smile, fans scream, and trophies shine under the floodlights. But among the sea of red, one man stands silent. Carlos Tevez. His eyes are empty, his face expressionless. While the chants of "Fergie, Fergie" echo across the stadium, Tevez knows this might be his final night in red. And in just a few weeks, one of football's greatest betrayals would unfold. 2 years earlier, Tevez had arrived at Manchester United as a mysterious loan signing. His ownership was complicated, controlled by a third-party group called MSI. But on the pitch, Tevez was simple: energy, passion, and fire. Alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, he formed one of football's deadliest attacking trios. In the 2007-08 season, they conquered England and Europe, winning the Premier League and the Champions League. Tevez was adored by fans, a warrior who fought for every inch of grass. But beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to appear. Sir Alex Ferguson had signed Dimitar Berbatov, elegant, composed, the opposite of Tevez's chaos. Suddenly, the Argentine found himself on the bench more often than he liked. And in the dressing room, a question haunted him. Do they still want me here? Negotiations for a permanent deal dragged on. United wanted to keep him, but buying Tevez meant dealing with his third-party owners, something Ferguson disliked. He hated the idea of agents demanding too much control. Meanwhile, Tevez felt unwanted. "I didn't feel loved at United anymore," he later confessed. And when love fades, temptation comes knocking. From across the city. In 2008, Sheikh Mansour bought Manchester City. With unlimited wealth, he had one dream: to overthrow United's empire. And to do that, he needed a symbol. Carlos Tevez was perfect. While United hesitated, City offered money, respect, and one thing Tevez craved most: importance. Ferguson refused to increase his offer. Tevez felt betrayed. City's blue light began to glow brighter. July 2009. Manchester was split in two. Carlos Tevez officially left Manchester United and signed for Manchester City. But the real explosion came days later. Right in the center of the city, a giant billboard appeared. "Welcome to Manchester." Tevez, smiling proudly, wearing blue. For United fans, it was not an announcement. It was an insult. A stab straight to the heart. Ferguson responded coldly, "He's not worth the money." Tevez shot back, "Now I play for a team that really wants me." The war had begun. The first Manchester derby of that season was chaos. Every touch Tevez took was met with boos from the red side. But the blue side sang his name louder. And when he scored against his former club, he didn't celebrate. He simply stared, expressionless. It wasn't just a goal. It was revenge. It was declaration. It was betrayal made flesh. The British press called it the betrayal that divided Manchester. Gary Neville called Tevez disloyal. United fans burned his shirt and called him Judas. But for City fans, Tevez was a hero, the man who dared to defy Ferguson, the symbol of a new era, and history proved them right. Within 3 years, Manchester City lifted their first Premier League trophy since 1968. Tevez was there, part of that historic team, when Sergio Aguero scored that legendary goal at 93-20. Manchester had changed forever, and it all began with Tevez's decision to cross the line. But football, like life, is never black and white. A few years later, Tevez clashed with his new manager, Roberto Mancini. He refused to play, then vanished to Argentina for months without permission. Once again, fans turned on him, and people began to wonder, do traitors always end up betrayed? Years later, Tevez spoke about Ferguson. "I still respect him. He made me a better player. Maybe things just went wrong between us." It was an apology, too late, but honest. A reminder that every betrayal begins with broken trust, not evil intention. To some, Carlos Tevez will always be the villain, the man who broke United hearts. To others, he was simply fighting for respect in a game that often forgets loyalty. But no one can deny the truth. When Tevez crossed from red to blue, he didn't just change clubs, he changed football history. He turned Manchester into a city divided, a city of two beliefs, two loyalties, and one unforgettable wound, all born from one decision, one transfer, one betrayal. This is the story of Carlos Tevez, a hero, a traitor, a symbol, proof that in football, love and hate often come from the same place, from a heart that once truly cared.